Hello and welcome back. So now here we are going to create our Elasticsearch connection. Now the Elasticsearch connection will look like what we already have. Let me go to the gateway service. Let me see. Yes, okay. So I think I will just copy, okay, instead of copying from the gateway service, since it's a class, let me see the notification service right here. Okay, so we can copy this, okay. So it's exactly what we already have here. So I will just copy the Elasticsearch file. So there's no need typing it from scratch again. So copy the Elasticsearch file and then paste it right here. Let's go ahead and make the necessary changes. Let me see if we've already, I need to check if we already have, okay. I think we already have Elasticsearch installed, okay. So here it will be users Elasticsearch server. Okay, now here the only change I would like to make, I'll say user service. The only change I would like to make right here is instead of creating this regular function, I'm going to instead create an arrow function. So const check connection equal to async, and then here I will use the fat arrow. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just export this. Okay, export and right here. Okay, that's the only change that I'm making right here. Okay, and we've not created our server file, so we can't use this. Now I will just create another file, which is the route file. I believe you understand what this, I think this is the fourth time we are doing this. Okay, so I just copied and pasted instead of just typing from scratch. We are just creating our Elasticsearch client, and then we are using this check connection method to check the health status of our Elasticsearch node. Okay, so this is going to be used to check the health status, and then if it's healthy, it will just return a message here, or if it's yellow or maybe it's green, it will show a message here. Otherwise it will display an error, and we are using a while loop. Okay, once it is true, this will this is connected will set to true. Otherwise, if it's an error, it will just continue checking until this becomes true. Okay, now let us create the routes. So let's see, routes file. So this will be route.ts. Okay, now this is going to be easy as well. Now remember that we are going to, even though we are going to be using it's the same service, which is the user service for the buyer and the seller. From the first video I showed you that the paths is going to be /API /v1/buyer /API /v1/seller. Okay, so we are going to have that for both the buyer and the seller. So this is going to be app routes, and it's going to take app of type application import from express. This is going to return void. Okay, and then we can export this. Okay, now I can add the parts, the base parts. So const, this will be base or buyer base parts. Let me call it buyer base URL or parts, or whatever you want to call it. This is going to be /API /v1/buyer. Now this is the part that will be coming from the API gateway to the user service, and then const seller base parts. Okay, /API /v1/seller. Okay, and then here we can add just some dummy middleware. So app.use, this is going to be for the health routes. Okay, this is going to, we are going to add the health routes later, but here I can say console.log health routes. Okay, and then we can create app.use, and then here I'll pass the buyer base part. And then also remember that we need to verify the gateway request. So here I'll pass verify gateway request, okay, and then here I'm going to add just a callback, okay, console.log via routes, okay. We have not created the routes here, that's why I'm just using this console log, and then this is going to be seller base paths, and this is going to be seller routes. Okay, so this is how our routes will look like. Okay, later once we add the necessary routes, then we are going to update this part. Let me see and make sure that we have the health route and the use auth service. I want to make sure I didn't forget it. Okay, yes, I have the health route here, and let me check the routes. Okay, I have the health route defined. Okay, so with this now we have the app config database Elasticsearch and route file. In the next video we are going to create our server file.